there are three partners in a person, in the making of a person: the father, the mother, and God. Right? It's an amazing idea. Anyway, it's in its own right what that means. Like God wanted us, so to speak, to be partners in creation and to procreate that way, and Hashem gives us the ability to sort of not help Him, but like be part of the process of creation. And the Psalm says, it's the father that gives the sperm and the mother that gives the different things, the egg, and the different things come from each thing, and then God, of course, gives the godly spark. The soul comes from God. So therefore, he says you can't really separate them. And then when one fulfills the mitzvah of kibbut avayim, of honoring parents, you're really also honoring God, because you're honoring all the partners that gave you, right? That made you. And he says, therefore, this is why we find an interesting thing. That there's a midrash, or actually there's a piece of the Talmud that says the following: that when a person honors their parents, God considers it as if you have invited him to dwell with you. To dwell with you, right? And he says, why? Because that's how it works. If you're honoring parents, you're obviously also acknowledging, number one, where the parents come from, and also where God's contribution to the process, right? So you're honoring all three. And explains a very interesting thing. He says that's why the mitzvah of, this is what he says here, there's two pieces of the kliyaka. This, I'm telling you the one, I'll tell you the other in a second. That's why God promises longevity for kibbut avayim, because once you do a mitzvah which actually invites God to be part of your existence, so then God is eternal and God is infinite, and therefore with that comes the blessing of longevity, which is an interesting perspective.